Oh my God. Guys, I have no idea. I don't know if a certain viewer's using some powers to keep us from being on, but we're back. You should be able to hear us. We're going to have a little bit of delay. That's the give and take we're going to have to do tonight. For some reason, we have some interference coming from the box into this. Don't know what it is. Don't care. We'll get it figured out tomorrow. But for now, should be good. So I am so sorry about that. It's like I say, it's a new box, but that's never happened to me before. So I have no idea why that was doing that. So I'm sorry about the tremendous noise. I am going to pull up the chat, make sure everybody can hear me. Please tell me everything sounds good. I beg for this because we actually have some good information for y'all tonight. That's the reason I'm so. Any other time I'd be like, you know what, screw it. I'll see y'all Thursday. But tonight we have some good stuff, and I really, really want to get that out there. Trying to get the comment. There we go. Good. Oh, thank you, God. Okay. All right, guys. So we're not going to worry about the old format or the new format. We're going to go with the old. We're just going to go straight into it because I've lost 20 minutes. Lost 20 minutes. So we will go over a little bit. Is that all right with you?
That's
okay. All right. So let me go ahead and introduce our guest co-host tonight. She deserves it. She's been sitting here waiting for her moment. And this is Miss Vanderford. She's going to be helping us out tonight. And thank God, because Mr. Mike has the stomach flu.
I know.
So it was going to end up being just me here. So fortunately, you were able to make it, and you got to listen to a lot of the person that I was talking to. I don't want to say his name until he can come forward and talk, but pretty big information that he was giving us. And I promise you this, guys, it was big enough for me to allow the show to be a little bit late. So, hey, how are y'all? The weather's rainy. The weather had nothing to do with it. It was whatever this box is, whatever I had wiring going on, whatever, I don't know. But all of a sudden it decided to have some interference. I'll check it tomorrow. I promise you it'll be fixed by Thursday. Mike will also not be on Thursday because I have barred him from the studio for a week. If you had the stomach virus, you are banned for at least a week from seeing me in person. You can talk to me over the phone. You can text me. And even then, I require you to use Lysol. So I hope Mike feels better. It takes a lot to keep him from being here. So I know he's hating it, but he's probably also loving it because he's probably sitting there going, you know.
Well, we're still going to blame him anyway.
Yeah, we're going to blame him, but he's also sitting there going, see, when I ain't there, this is what happens. So again, sorry about this, guys. So what we're going to do, we're going to jump right into it. We have our new URL for the YouTube page. It's youtube.com/The KC Show. Simple. And I'm actually going to type it into the chat right now. Should have did that to start with. So that's the URL. Very simple. Share it, subscribe, because I'm going to tell you why. Subscribe to that, because what we're going to be doing in a couple of weeks, we're going to do a giveaway, but only if you're watching on YouTube. That's to kind of bring that in. So let's move on from that, because like I say, we're dealing with a time crunch. And you just jump in whenever you just jump in and interject, and I'll bring you in. And I'm sorry about this rocky start, but it was meant to be like that.
That's it. It happens.
It was meant to be. But so what we've had going on in Union the last couple of weeks has been ridiculous, to say at the very least ridiculous, between our sheriff and a little bit of conflicts between our officers. And then we got a guy coming out of nowhere wanting to run for sheriff and just absolutely turning this town upside down, especially me, because, you know, let me tell you this. We had a sponsor that when we did the report on the way an officer handled a situation in Jonesville, we were considered too controversial because I guess they wanted to try to brand me as a cop hater, and anybody who knows me knows that is as far from the truth as it gets. And as I was sitting there watching Jamie just slam these two cops because he knew they could not talk. He knew they couldn't say a word. And he didn't care. He didn't care whatsoever. And he's smart because he knew this. He knew that they couldn't talk. And so I had to. Finally, it was late at night, and I finally had enough. And I made a video. I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. I even tried to tell him how to benefit himself. Get off Facebook.
Yeah, definitely get some anger management for sure.
He definitely needs some anger management because he just absolutely anybody that disagreed with him, he was calling them names. He was threatening, and I'm like.
And then one of his posts I seen that he posted today was like, "Don't belittle people." You know, that's all he seems to has done.
Yeah.
You know, he definitely is wanting to stir up the whole town.
Exactly. And he's done a disservice to the town. I told you this earlier. He's done an incredible disservice to the town because he has taken all the attention away from Taylor, where it needs to be,
and the things that's happened,
and put it on him. And he's a whatever. I don't want to say what I want to call him, but so the person that I was on the phone with, I don't think it'll be a problem to say his name because he did not give anything outside of the realm of public knowledge. Because there is an investigation that's still ongoing in Laurenburg. I'm trying to say that right. Laurenburg is the name of the town that Jamie worked for, and I got a whole bunch of notes here. And excuse me for my sinuses. I don't know if I got a cold or a sinus infection, but either way, I'm here. I'm still trying to get this going, but. Before I jump all into Jamie, because this will be the last time until this gentleman comes on the show, and then he can clear his side up, which I believe he absolutely deserves. This will be the last time Jamie Davis's name is brought up on the show because he's wanting attention, and by God, I'm giving it to him. And we're going to stop that real quick.
That's what a lot of people I've seen said, that's what he's doing. He's no matter what kind he's getting, as long as he's getting some attention, he's going to continue.
Keep it clean, Kyle. I did, Jerry. I kept it clean. I did not. Did I say a bad word? I didn't say no bad word.
I don't think so.
I stopped. I did good. So, Jerry, don't make me get Edna. But before I jump all up into Jamie's world here, one thing that I wanted to point out. I was reading, it's actually in the paper that Sheriff Taylor has resigned from the Sheriff's Association. Okay, he has enough respect for the Sheriff's Association to resign from there, or he knew that eventually they were going to kick him out.
Yeah, I think that's it. He kind of took the higher road.
Yeah.
And resigned from there. Mm-hmm. But yet he won't take the higher road for his own county.
Yeah. So... It just really shocked me that he's willing to resign from there, but not from this town of when people are asking him, resign, please resign, do the right thing, resign, quit, get the circus out of here.
So we can move on.
And we're not going to be able to until 2021, until he's actually out of office, regardless of who wins the election, which we have a new candidate, John Sherfield announced Monday that he's going to run. So good luck to him.
And he did put all his credentials out.
Oh, did you see that?
I did.
I'm I ain't reading all this, John.
Yeah, we're glad you can prove it.
Absolutely. And kudos to him for putting it all out there. But I was like, whew, as long as you meet because he could put it out there, and that's great for him. Ain't many people going to read it. They're just going to know that when he is on the ballot, he's qualified in the end.
And especially with, some other ones who's saying they qualified and this and that, but won't produce theirs. He did come about and went on and produced his.
He made it very clear. Yeah. He's well qualified. A lot of people are definitely giving him down the road. And I'm gonna be with them a little bit. He has come up under two bad administrations, Wells and now Taylor. That is going to hurt him a little bit.
And it does fall into you kind of with the company you keep
Yep.
type effect, you
Yep.
know. So it does 2 of them, and he rose through. It kind of makes you wonder,
Yeah.
you know, is he
I
going to
see.
stick to what it should be?
And that's so tough. And I have already sent him a message hoping that he'll be able to come on and just clear the air. You know, we've had that with Taylor. He cleared the air with a lot of his stuff. Then we've had it with Frank Hartman. He's kind of cleared it of his stuff, even though he creates new ones,
Yeah.
you know, to replace that. So hopefully Mr. Sherfield, and we'll get Mr. Jennings when he is able. You got to come here. You got to come
This
here.
is, I mean, to the people. I mean, this is how you're going to get, not on Facebook bashing people.
Yep.
You know, you're going to get them when you can actually sit down. Because there's a lot of people in this town, not just even our town, but other towns who watch this.
Yep.
And if you
North
want,
Carolina.
you know, to get that information out, definitely you want to come here.
That's it. Cindy, as far as I know, Mr. Tom McAbee has said that he will be running. But guys, here's the thing. Same with Mr. Jennings. The only reason Sherfield has officially come out is because he retired. Mr. Jennings is not going to come out, and Tom McAbee and any others, if they're working for the police department, until the last second, because as soon as they come out, they have to take a leave of absence from their position. That's the only way that they can, run. They have to stop whatever position they're doing. So they're just trying to make it last as long as they can, which everybody does it. So that's the reason that. Yeah, I mean, you got to make that's your money. That's your money.
I mean,
gone.
that's it. You definitely
Yeah.
got to make a living. Even though you want to make some changes, you still got to pay bills.
Yeah, that's the reason why they campaign. A lot of times in the campaign is to kind of help them up, keep them up and going while they're trying to run. So I like John. There are a few things I want to ask him. Do I think he's a bad person, good person? I don't really have enough information on either side. I think I'm going to say I think he's a good dude. I've talked to him a few times.
I've never met him, but I mean, that's it. Like, you're going to hear with anybody, the good and the bad.
Yep.
I mean,
and they're going to always be looking at, okay, well, we're going to blame Taylor, and who was with him?
Yep.
Yeah. And if you're with him, you're going down too, so that has an effect, but I really want him to come on because I want that to be absolutely squashed.
Yeah, and I think that's it. Like, he's done resigned, so he's kind of stepped away anyway.
Yeah.
And then he can definitely switch any votes or, kind
Yeah.
of opinions they have on him by coming out. And he did say, he wanted to make this whole county his, not just Union. He wanted to go to every, county's little meetings and stuff to incorporate it. So, I mean, I'm liking that from so far what he said.
Yeah. And I when you came in, you was talking about how a lot of people was giving him trouble because he listed as a Democrat. Let me make this clear, and I'm gonna try to say this in as best of a way as I can. Don't pay attention to local politic. What's the word I'm looking for? Association.
Yeah.
Don't pay that much attention because he may list himself as Democrat, but he could actually be an independent or Republican. But to sometimes get the votes, you got to put yourself on the side that your town is. Like we have red states, we got blue states, and if you're running in a blue state, you're gonna more than likely be a Democrat, and if you're in a red state, you're gonna more than likely be a Republican. It's just the way it is.
You want to do whatever, swing the more votes.
Yep.
I mean, you can't.
And Union County's always been Democrat. It's always been a Democrat town, which I think that'll change this year. The Democrats have really ruined themselves, so I think Union County is going to shine red for once, I believe, soon. But we're not going to get into politics. But I just wanted to bring attention to that. I really thought that was incredibly disturbing by him. He's willing to resign from the association, but not from his post. Take that with whatever grain of freaking salt you want to. I just thought it was terrible. To me, it's bad. I didn't like it. Poor taste. Take your pick or whatever you want to call it. It just upset me. So we'll see what happens. But God, I don't see him resigning.
And
I
I
don't
don't
see it.
either. I mean, especially when they had a meeting, they didn't ask him to resign,
Twice.
and he's going, no, I'm going to ride this train out until to the end.
Twice.
I mean,
And that's what he's going to do because he knows nobody can do anything to him. And by the time they do, it's going to be end of the year, and he's out the door
if it was
anyway.
me, I would just go on and resign.
I would too.
Take my leave.
Retire.
Go to you second home and
Yeah.
enjoy the rest of your time.
Yeah. He
Leave
could,
this little town and move for a little while.
because he's already retired.
Yeah.
He's already got his pension and all that good stuff. If he resigns, I don't think he'll forfeit any of his money. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how that works. So that
Maybe
could be
charges was brought. It maybe
yeah. No, if charges are brought, yeah,
it'll
definitely.
definitely swing. But other than that, just
I agree. It's bad all the way around, and it's already 7:40. All right, so the last time, guys. So here we go. The last time that this guy will be brought up on our show is Jamie Davis, and the gentleman that I was speaking to that caused me to be late was his previous boss man, the sheriff out of Laurinburg, and very nice gentleman, straightforward, but unfortunately cannot speak on anything of much detail until the SBI investigation is over. And I completely 100% respect that. I do not want to be involved or obstruct an investigation. I don't think anybody wants to be a part of that world. So much respect for him. And he admitted, did you hear him when he admitted the fault? Did you hear that?
he did.
Oh my God. How fresh was that to
And
hear?
I mean that is it. He definitely said he did something that was not by books,
Yep.
and a lot of it was because of his resume credentials that he thought was there. But he even questioned some things.
And they needed help. I've got that also, that they needed help. So in a way, he was a little desperate, and he got this guy that brings this beautiful resume, like he said.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer to him.
Yeah,
I get it.
military and all that.
Yeah.
You're definitely thinking, he's going to be a good asset to us.
And he said that when Jamie first appeared to him, he was sharp. He had it all. And so
Said the right things.
And it's kind of hard to see that after you watch the video.
That's what I was thinking.
Not talking about you, Jamie.
Yeah. I mean, you put them out.
I'm just saying.
You put them out.
Just saying. But one of the biggest things was when Jamie did resign, and he did mention that he resigned, he was not let go. So he wanted me to apologize that I was wrong on something. Here we go. I'm sorry, Jamie. You resigned, but if you hadn't have, you'd have probably been let go. It was writing on the wall type of thing. So here's your apology, Jamie. Okay.
Write that down.
You've got it. I mean, there it is. So when he resigned, he was supposed to meet with the sheriff on Monday, but instead of doing that, he sends the sheriff a text message resigning instead of coming to his office and talking to him like a man and actually giving a letter of resignation like he should have. He resigned like that. He went into the office Sunday night and left his things, and that was it.
Yeah.
That's how he left his post. That's
not what
that's
you would
not a
want.
professional thing. That you don't even do that when you're working in a cotton mill. No longer for the sheriff's office. Even though I did do that. I did do that.
You do have those times.
I did do that. I just brought myself out. Oh my God.
But you definitely was not a police.
No.
I
did do that. I left my badge hanging up with a smiley face and told my boss man to kiss the grass that it grew. I did actually do that. Brian Kern, you're a sport. I hope you're not watching. Oh my God, I just thought about that. So also, it was brought to my attention that Jamie has pretty much 8 weeks of actual work experience. So 8 weeks, it's not a lot. Not a lot at all. But here's the thing. here are the requirements. And I had it set up to where I was going to be able to bring it up on the stream. It was going to be beautiful, and it just crapped out. So I'm sorry, guys.
Well, the screen didn't even need to entertain that, undoubtedly.
God, that sucked so bad. But we'll get it fixed. Here are the qualifications. The sheriff must be a citizen of the United States, of course.
Okay.
He must be a registered voter. He must be attained at the age of 21 prior to the date of his qualifying for election. No problem there.
Okay.
All right. Here's where it gets a little juicy. He has to obtain a high school diploma. It's recognized equivalent in education training as established by the State Department of Education. At least have 5 years experience as a Class 1 certified law enforcement officer. Or basically, you've got to, I've seen it where you got to have a 2-year degree, which I don't know what he has. And then 3 years experience as a Class 1 certified law enforcement officer. Or a 4-year bachelor degree, 1 year experience as a Class 1 law enforcement. He has none. Then serve as a summary court judge for the last 10 years. He doesn't have that. Here's the one. So right now it's done. He has no experience. He can't be. So guys, don't give him no more time today. You just heard it here. He cannot run for sheriff. But just in case he tries to pull bull again, Jamie worked for the North Carolina Laurinburg Sheriff's Office a few months ago, however heck long it was. And I had to do some research to make sure before I said this. Here's the one that really kicks him out. You have to be a resident of the county in which he seeks the office of sheriff for at least 1 year, immediately preceding the date of the election for sheriff. He's done. Because he lived in North Carolina. I am not hearing that he's lived in Union the whole time, because then I went and Googled, did a little Google Maps of Laurinburg from Union. It's a 154-mile trip. So unless Jamie was driving 7 hours a day back and forth, which I know he didn't, he was living up there in North Carolina. And from what I'm understanding, he's still there. So he's done. He can't run. So no more attention needs to be given to him.
Let's put it over there.
He's done. Yeah, he's done. He's disqualified by two of them. So, so don't entertain him no more, guys. He was getting like 1,000 views.
Oh, that's it.
And I kind of feel a little responsible for that a little bit. And that's
what he likes.
Yeah.
That's what his ammo is, just to see how many people he can make mad.
Yep.
And have the rest of their people, to kind of follow to see.
Exactly.
And then he goes and blocks everybody. I'm friends with him. I hope you don't block me. I like to check your stuff. I'm nosy. But I definitely think that's seems to be the majority of it, is he just wants some kind of attention, regardless of what it is.
I agree. And this one here was this was brought to me by somebody else, not the sheriff, because he couldn't tell me this. I don't think. I should have asked him, but Jamie had to visit a mental facility, and it was not made known to the sheriff at the time of hire, because if he would have known that, he would have disqualified himself for a law enforcement position. And let me put me on the camera. And he is not allowed to have a CWP. And you're not allowed to carry. So so now if that gets verified and we get this turned over to the right people, you should not be carrying an arm outside of your home, on your hip, anywhere. So,
and that's it. Did he retire? And that's kind of goes with the military. Did he retire from there, or did he get, discharged from there?
Yep.
Especially with him having to go. But that's what really, when he started this, that's the main thing I noticed. That we definitely need mental health more in Union County.
Yes, we do.
I
hope he does.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
We're sitting here giggling, laughing, but in the end,
it really is.
He needs help.
Yeah,
in the end. So Also, something else that he said that he's retired and he was in the military he was in the Marines for 10 years. This is something that the sheriff told me because he was a Marine himself, and he said he don't understand how he was able to retire at the position he did in 10 years
Yep.
without either having a honorable discharge, dishonorable discharge, or an injury or mental.
Yeah.
So a lot of questions to be asked on that. So I just wanted to go ahead and assure everybody we are safe from the path of the Jamie world. Because we don't need that no more.
No.
And Jamie, you should feel, if you really want to hold yourself to the highest standard, because I do thank you for what you did in the military for us. And if you were in law enforcement, I would have thanked you for that as well. But you don't understand, you did this town a complete disjustice because you have taken the attention off a guy who we all should be paying attention to, which is Taylor. We should be getting him out of office right now. And instead, you've got Facebook rocking all over you, and you have caused a chaos that I tell you the truth, I don't see how anybody else could have done.
No. I mean, that's the bad part about it. At least like John Gibson. I mean, when he's doing it, he's hilarious. I mean, if you're going to do it, be hilarious. I've seen several posts that's, just comical. I mean, but to actually come out and act like you're really going to run.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
And I hope that we have a lot of names in the hat this year. Let's give Union County some options.
Yeah.
I do. I like John Sherfield. When he gets in here and he can clear some of the things that I believe that hopefully he can, I may like him even more after that.
Yeah.
I like Mr. Jennings. There's some things that I want to ask him about. I like Tom McAbee. I hope he runs. He seems like a really nice guy. But three's good. That's a lot. That's a lot for a small town.
And they seem to be good. I mean, good choices.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Well, and here's to the John Sherfield thing and the Jennings thing. A lot of people want to say, "Oh, he's done this. He's done this." Guys,
everybody's done something.
Everybody's done something somewhere, but no charges have ever been brought to these two for anything. SLED is as deep into that office as they could have ever been, and nothing was charged against Robbie Hines, Sherfield, or anybody else.
I mean, they maybe made some little kind of bad judgments.
Bad choices.
Yeah, but it's nothing chargeable, you know.
And at the same time, we don't know what Sherfield or Hines or any of the other ones turned in, because if it's an investigation, they can't come out and tell you. They can't do that.
No.
So we have no idea. So we got to keep an open mind. The guess was going to be the sheriff, but like I say, SBI investigation is still ongoing. He let me know that he would be more than glad to talk, but only when he is okayed for that. And I respect that 100%. The thing that he said that he kind of made a mistake on, the way he brought Jamie in was not a typical way that he normally brought employees in. He said he normally didn't do it, but like I say, they needed help.
Being a Marine himself.
Being a Marine.
Help, And
his resume was shining, and, Jamie come in sharp, and, he took a chance. And he said, he told him, he said, it bit me in the butt. Mm-hmm. He said it. He said, but.
And it seems to be causing problems. He's caused problems everywhere.
Here's something else I want to read. Let me find it. If I can find it here. All right. Yeah, right here. It was also said that there was a female, and I believe he brings up this female in some of his videos. I believe it might have been his captain. I'm not 1,000% sure on that, but he was basically sending text to this lady that was not nice.
Yeah.
Not nice is the best way I can put it, because I don't want to say her ass or nothing like that, because that's not what was told. But it was
like, imagine compared to what he says on Facebook.
Yeah, probably times 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, because I mean, guys, you've seen it. You've seen what he's done in the past. you know, what can we tell you more? But this will be the last time until the sheriff himself can come on the show. This will be the last time, last video, last conversation at all for Jamie. Jamie, I have nothing against you personally, nothing whatsoever against you personally. You wanted to come into this town, and I believe one of his kinfolk, not even going to say his name, he was talking about, you know, Kyle, you don't speak for the town. No, I don't speak for the town, but the town speaks for me. And I can see what they're saying. I can read.
I mean, everybody can. I mean, besides, it seems to be his family and
that's all he's
close
got.
friends. I mean, but I mean, definitely, if they can't see that he's, I mean, stirring up. I mean, yeah, there's things that he says that I think is beneficial, but the way he's went about it, you know, nothing he says at this point in time could benefit with all the other drama he's done caused.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous. There's the old video. But I've got some messages. So somebody just sent me a message and said that he was medically discharged from the Marines. So that answers the question.
And that could be why he's unable to have, you know, a gun. I know someone.
As far as I know,
he has one.
Well, he had to. He had to carry it. He had to carry being with the sheriff's office.
Yeah.
So,
but you know, they didn't necessarily do all the.
Well, I ain't even talking about the sheriff's office being in trouble. I'm talking about maybe Jamie.
That's what I'm saying. Like with them not doing their whole complete background,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
he's supposed to tell them.
yeah,
he's supposed to.
He knows if he's supposed to care or not.
Like with Mark Brown on his resume, he did on his application.
Yeah.
He posted nothing about the pending charge that he had going on, wherever the hell it was at. I can't even remember, but he didn't post it on there. And Joe Nichols just said, no problem. We're still going to keep you on. You know, you did a terroristic threatening, but that's okay. We're union. You know, we're union.
We don't have to worry about threats. We do it.
Yeah, I mean, we do it all the time apparently. Yeah. But so it's a headache, guys. I mean, and I'm just glad I was able to get this information. So it was actually worth being a little bit late on the show. But I just wanted everybody to know that he can literally not run for multiple reasons, not just one. He cannot. And then if he does have a medical discharge, and like I say, he does have some sort of mental issue, he cannot be carrying a gun.
Yeah.
It's the red flag law. Mm-hmm. It's the red flag law. So
and the way he acts, he don't seem to.
He cannot be in stable condition. That's what I say. It did scare me a little bit to talk to him because you just never know when somebody like that is going to just pop, you know. But I hope he gets help. I think he needs it. He maybe his heart was in the right place, because if you sit there and look, yep, Crystal, I actually looked that up. I had it on my desktop. Somebody told me about that. He's got the factor V disease, is what she says. You know, I'll never be able to verify that in any way, shape, or form because it's medical. Mm-hmm. And, you know, this guy's personal, you know, whatever shouldn't be aired out. You know, I know what he's done and I know what he's said, but we've got to be better than people like that. Otherwise, you know.
And that's it. We really need to, I guess, kind of help him, you know, to the fact that he really does need, you know.
He does. He needs a lot of help, and I hope he gets it. I really hope he gets it. I mean, that's all I can say is I just hope he gets it. Like I say, I have absolutely nothing against him. You know, whatever, you know, what you do in your personal life, you know, you can't have every marble clicking if you sit there and you want to tell a guy, you know, keep messing with little girls, that's safer for you. You cannot be clicking properly up here, man. That is not okay in any way, shape, or form. You actually made me cuss very, very badly to you because of that, because that is not a joke. That is not a joke. All these kids being abducted and raped and all, that's not a freaking joke, brother. Yeah, man,
that's not something that, you know, especially running for office.
Exactly.
The type of, you know, response you would want to give. I mean.
Exactly. Ricky, I'm not sure. I probably did see it. Guys, you have no idea. You can ask Ms. Vannifer here. When I did not go live at 7 o'clock, what was my computer doing?
Ding,
Ding, ding, ding, ding, ding, ding, ding, ding. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Y'all have no idea how much I appreciate it. But I tell you, I was going to run it over a little bit, but I think we got it all in. It might have been a little gift there because we got it all in and we don't have to repeat everything. I think you did great. Did you enjoy it? How you like it?
I like it.
Other than the audio issues at the beginning, other than that, but exactly, Tiffany, no kind of abuse to anybody, children, adults, animals, all that. None of that is okay. Not a bit of it. He unfriended you, Dean? No. You were such a supporter. You were such a supporter, Dean.
Definitely probably unfriend me after this. Poor thing.
And it's like I say, it's easy to get on a bandwagon and start, jumping on a guy and stuff. And he deserves a lot of what he catches, but get some help. Get some help. I was hoping he would be a call-in too, Crystal. But I did give him the opportunity. He's got the number. He had the opportunity. I would love to hear from Jamie. He always, it's starting to get to where people want to say, I don't fact find, but let me make this clear. Everything I tell y'all, I get facts. I get facts. I read from the same damn paper as Frank Hart did. And yet his was factual, everything that spit out of his mouth, but everything I said was not factual. I need to get my facts straight. I got it from the same damn paperwork as he did. So you guys, we got to make sure that we're not just because they're sitting in a seat of prominence of where they won an election. Guys, let me tell you something. A dead man won an election. A lot of people don't know. A dead man won an election. It was the last presidential election, I believe. I can't remember if it was Nebraska. And I'm trying to remember if it was for governor sit or Senate sit, but a dead man actually won over this other guy because he was so well liked. He was still on the ballot and he won.
And people just, yeah.
He was dead. He was dead and he still won. So, I hope maybe that Jeff, I tell you, if Jeff Bailey was serious about being sheriff, I'll be honest with you. I told his wife this, so I'm not saying nothing behind his back. If Jeff Bailey was super serious about being sheriff and wanting to make changes, he could not have a better opportunity than right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you now, whoever we elect this year for sheriff, that's our sheriff for the next 2 elections at the very minimum. Because union don't change. Mm-mm. Union don't change at all. Once you're voted the first time, we get lazy and we're like,
yeah.
Just,
you
whatever.
did good. You didn't make the news.
You didn't make the
again.
news. You wasn't sending your private parts and text message. You're good. So,
at least don't do it with
God, listen, just put it on Facebook, get it over with so the whole town see it, and you ain't got to send it to nobody then. I mean, I said that to somebody today. And she actually said it to me, so I thought it was pretty funny. But, in all seriousness, union needs somebody who's ready to make people mad at them. But in a good way.
And
a lot of changes.
I mean, that's it. You definitely have to have that stern, strict, by the books, but still a people person.
Right.
You want to be able to, have that, like that one sheriff said, or, he has the open door policy.
Yep.
You want to be able to have that because these people are the ones voting for you. But, you definitely want to be able to know that all your deputies, everybody's doing their job that they're supposed to do.
Man, and I loved it when he admitted, I made a mistake, and it bit me in the butt.
And I think it's really because it has really bit him.
Yeah.
I mean, especially with the FBI.
He's got SBI all over him.
Yeah.
So of course, naturally it bit him right in the butt, but he didn't do nothing wrong. He might not have just went down the proper, and that's just administrational. He didn't go down the proper lines like he normally does, and And honestly, I don't even know if there's a proper line that the sheriff has to go down to hire
that
somebody.
might just been his
his way.
His way.
And just
I know
the
who
fact
made
that
his resume, but I can take one.
Yeah,
because he undoubtedly has a great resume.
Yeah, I mean, and like I say, when he admitted that, it was just such a breath of fresh air considering what we get.
Yeah.
You know,
Ours
I'm
we
never
never do.
wrong.
Yeah, no, we're never wrong.
Because while Taylor's sitting up there right now, every day he comes in, he's admitting he's not wrong.
Yeah.
Every time. Every single time. And, God, it's just.
And it's got to be hard for the people who work with him,
Oh.
It's just definitely has to be
I can't
awkward.
imagine. I cannot imagine, because when let's just say you got a bunch of deputies in there working for him, and I'm sure he does, that have this high moral standard.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're looking at you and you're going, how can I follow you
Yeah.
when your morals are lower than mine?
Yeah, we're not going in the same direction.
Yeah, I mean, so I can get that, but then, they got a job to do.
Mm-hmm.
I hope the best for them. I just don't know. Somebody said something. Let me see what Dean here. No such thing as open door policy, but it always sounds good during election time. And that's true. I guarantee you that's true. Like I say, this guy, for the few minutes I talked to him, he sound like a really, really good guy.
Yeah.
I take him right now over our sheriff.
Yeah.
In an instant. It's no problem.
And he definitely, admitted his mistakes, And poor thing, I kind of feel sorry for him because he definitely has a mess.
And he's also caused issues at another.
The one he
law
was
enforcement.
there 2 days.
No, he was there he worked in Hope County Sheriff's Office for 3 weeks, and then he started the same type of turmoil as he did in Lawrenceburg.
Yeah.
So, in two precincts that he worked in less than a month, he's causing chaos.
Yeah.
Chaos. I mean, guys, look at him right now. Let me tell you, look at Jamie right now. That's him without authority. Can you imagine that cat with authority? Whew, man, I wouldn't. Ain't no way in hell. So, guys,
you want to respect him. You don't want to fear him.
I do.
And that's definitely he makes people afraid just because how crazy he can get of things he can say and do.
I do, Jerry. This cup is made by Brittany, and her advertisement's rolling at the bottom. This is a cup she made specifically for me for Christmas, and I love it. I love it. Bumble. I love Bumble. So if y'all guys are looking for any kind of nice cups like that, give Miss Handmade Moments by Brittany a call, 762-7287. You'd think I remembered that, but the only thing that happened is it just scrolled across the screen at the perfect time. So I don't want to take no credit on that. So
you did pronounce it right, though.
I did. I mean, I cannot pronounce that, so she messes me up every time. But guys, thank you for watching. I'm sorry about the audio issues. I had a little bit more over here to talk about with a few other things, but nothing that can't wait. I was going to talk about the police force that the county's trying to bring in here. That's a joke. Get out of here with that. I mean, you're trying to. He's trying to bring all the sheriff's departments or all police departments under one. All the fire departments under one. He's trying to become an employee instead of an elected official. Guys, that is the recipe of being a freaking dictator. He sees what Joe Nichols can do. And let me remind y'all, he said on my show, one of the very first times he came on here, Frank Hart said, I have no problem with Joe. I think Joe's a really good guy. I like Joe. So you don't think he's not watching and following? Believe me, he's watching and following. He's seen exactly what the hell Joe just got away with, in my opinion. He's like, shit.
Let me do it.
Let me do this. He can get away with that.
I can talk our people into letting, if I just talk to them, hey, that's how it's going to be.
Yeah. I mean, so it was, oh, man. I don't know about that, Jerry. Jerry says that the new co-host looks better than Mike Brannon. Do you think he look better, Mike?
I mean, Mike looks good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, Mike's sexy with that Carolina Gamecock hat on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have to agree.
That's that's about it. So he's going to be mad now. So guys, I appreciate y'all watching. I'm so sorry about the audio issues. I promise you it'll be fixed by Thursday. coming back Thursday.
I'll be
I think it's good. I think it's a good fit. So, guys, let me know what you think. I'm sorry again about the issues, but it happens. And we will be back Thursday at 7 p.m. unless this cold or sinus just drops me. But right now I'm feeling better than I was yesterday. I was in rough shape yesterday. Had a trailer tire blow out on me. It was just a bad day. So guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you back again Thursday, and I hope everybody has a good night. And we'll let Miss Vanderver wave goodbye. You did great.
Bye, y'all.
Thank y'all, and we appreciate it. And we will have the audio fixed for the next time. So y'all take care.